Welcome to Thring Rock.
Camel up here on the hill. That's awesome. That's the stereotypical camel photo that I've always wanted to get in the desert. Finally starting to move off. Having something to eat. You eating those red flowers?
And here we've got Helen Hill in front of us. This one's worth a stop and having a look at. Countryside between wells 27 and 28 has been varied significantly. We had the Helen Hill and the Slate Ranges, and now we're back into these dunes, and we're actually crossing them straight on. So before the track tended to run with them, at the moment they're running perpendicular to them. So we get to go through a reasonably short swale and then up a dune and then through another short swale and then up a dune. So it's got a little bit more action than the dune fields that we've been up to this point. Well, we just bumped into Narelle and Gregory.
Yep.
There's two lakes on this track, one at the north end, one at the south end, named after him, of course. Lovely couple. They're from Yeppoon, and they're heading south. We're heading north, and yeah, really great to see you guys. It'd be awesome if we crossed paths in the Kimberley somewhere. Here's what we've got at well 28. A bucket and the old pulley system, and that is it. The well itself has completely silted in. All of this sand around here looks like it must have flowed in here from floods, and I'd say that has just buried the well in its entirety. So this is the first well that we haven't even seen a depression. It is completely obliterated. It's difficult to wrap your head around how green this desert actually is at the moment. Like, it is proper lush.
Just like me.
Just like you. I bet this doesn't happen too often when it gets this green. Well, I guess how often do cyclones cross over the coast here?
It's that tree with the red. Is it? Oh, it's a red. It's one of the camelberry trees.
A camelberry tree, yeah.
I thought it was brown at first.
It's just got all its camelberries at the very, very top in a clump.
They're actually flowers, but we saw a camel eating them, so they're sort of like, look like bunches of grapes, and it's morphed into camelberries now. Because we don't know what it really is.
Accia, grevillea, who knows?
Camelberry.
Yeah, exactly. Well, number 29. What do we got here? We've got a depression in the ground, an old fuel drum, and a tiny bit of the trough. And that is it. Wow. It's impressionless. If I didn't have this video footage to remind me what this well looked like, it would leave no mark in my mind whatsoever. The golden color of the spinifex seeds here. It is golden, isn't it, hon?
Yes, just like the Harry Styles song, because I'm with it, Tare.
Okay.
You're so golden.
I was thinking more Sister Golden there by Badfinger.
Okay.
Boy, you wouldn't want to drop a match out there, would you? That would go up like crazy. Spinifex is all dry and in full seed.
It's like being in a wheat field.
It is. I wonder if you could make bread out of spinifex seeds.
I doubt it. Or it would have been done long ago.
Because there's no shortage of spinifex seeds.
I think the little mice eat them.
Not pebble mice.
Yes.
They eat pebbles.
I'm sure it refers to the size of the mouse. Controlled burns in the distance look really cool. Here there's a camp of about 60 men up the other side of Kunawarritji doing controlled burns, and they're staying in a camp together. Are you YouTube answering questions, Ter?
I am. Yeah, a new follower who was asking about the mapping system that we use, so I'm just letting him know.
Excellent.
Good morning, Jafffa Adventures. That monolith that you see in front of you is Thring Rock. We are going to climb Thring Rock. At least that's our intention, as long as there's a track up there. We're only camped a couple of kilometers away from it, on the side of the track, in this gravelly sort of stuff. Feeling a little bit flat this morning. I did my back last night. I think I was busting firewood and something went twang, as it does with my back from time to time. So I've dosed up on some Advil, and hopefully that'll keep the pain at bay until it corrects itself, which it always does. There's a little track that goes right around the base of Thring Rock, and we're just going to do a lap of it and see if we can find the walking trail. If we can't, then we're going to bush bash.
Someone drove up there.
Hey. Dicks. Welcome to Thring Rock. There's, I guess, two of them. There's a little saddle in the middle. We'll walk up that saddle and then chuck a left. Go up top. You can see where people have driven up this saddle, and somebody's had the smarts to put a little block here to say, hey guys, please don't drive up that saddle. It's a decent size. There's the truck for scale. Here we are at the top of the saddle. Oh, and there's a lovely breeze coming through here. Nice one. Boy, this is just a pile of crumpled up boulders, like somebody's crunched up some bickies and sprinkle them here. Here comes Jill picking her way through the boulder field. I love the way the sun's sort of reflecting through all the seeds on these little baby grasses. They're not spinifex, just a little grass. There's a little memorial stone up here for Derek Kanga Bentley, born August 25, died January 08. We got to get that person into that truck. You ready to lead out the wagons, hon?
No, I like to be tail end Charlie.
Okay, I'll lead us out then.
Okey-doke. Just filming all the Humpty-Doos down the hill. All of the dunes on the north side are just bouncy, 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 bouncy.
There is an advantage with these overgrown tracks. When that happens, people have to slow down and the corrugations almost disappear. It's only when the track opens up and gets straight and people can get their foot down, get some power on, and get some speed up that the corrugations really get vicious. But as long as the track winds and is tight and people have to go slow, no corrugations. We're only about 1.5 km from well 30. We're on the southwestern side at the moment, heading northeast, and we crossed into a forest of these gum trees, and it was just like a line. We were out in the desert in the scrub, and then all of a sudden full-grown trees. I don't know what type of trees these gums are, but I'm pretty sure they're that yellow barked or that yellow wood colored stuff that doesn't burn worth a crap, it just smokes. But if I guess I was gonna dig for water and I had all these big trees around me, it's a pretty good indication that there's got to be some not too far below the surface. Welcome to well 30, where we have a depression in the ground, some rusted out trough, and one lid which appears to be in decent condition. We've just entered a forest, what I would call a forest, and I know it's all relative, but before this we were in sand dune country and it was very, very few trees. Full-grown trees, well dug in the middle of a soak, surrounded by a forest. Does that look like soft green grass that you want to roll in? Listen to that. That's Australia grass. We have taken a side diversion track from well 30 to Majingara Cave. Majingara Cave. 3.4 kilometers in and obviously back out again. Wow, look at this, a meadow. Far out.
It is. It's big trees just amongst
Grass.
grassy scrub.
Yeah. All the same height.
And all the trees are spread out, like they're not bunched together.
No, they're not, are they?
Yeah, that's why I don't think of it as a forest.
It's a loose forest. A loosey-goosey forest. Apparently this cave is frequented by serpents of the snake style. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for those little suckers because we don't want to trot on them. Jill asked me whether I'd want to take one for the team. I think I'm going into the cave first.
I'm not going in it.
No, just stand at the outside and peer in.
Yes. I'm not going into a cave where they said snakes are frequently found. No.
Okay. Looks like I'm taking one for the team.
I don't think you should go in either. Your safety thongs will save you, Tare.
They will.
Everyone knows you're into your safety gear.
Yeah, exactly. It's a slow old track, this one, back to the cave. I haven't been able to get out of first gear. Now we're only 800 odd meters from it. Not a whole lot of people come back here either, judged by the track condition. Well, we are here at the cave somewhere. So we're going to have to jump out on foot and see if we can hunt this cave down. Well, Jill's the master spelunker because she found it. All I got was a bunch of scars on my legs from the spinifex. That looks more like a hole in the ground than a cave to me. Okay, well there you go. Well, that's not what I was expecting. I brought the torch and I was ready to go spelunking. Baby caves. 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are pretty flowers, aren't they? Are they soft? Yeah. Okay. Well, would you recommend coming back to the something cave?
No.
No.
It's a long drive for...
It's 3.7k in, first gear all the way to look at a hole in the ground. I'm glad we did, because we can say we did, but yeah, if you're looking for visual stunningness, not this hole. If you do come out here, there's a little turnaround spot here. There's a star picket. Follow the star picket and you'll eventually hit the cave. This tree's got a nice crop of camelberries on it. We're now between 30 and 31. And for the last 45 minutes, we've been traveling through this sort of stuff. This is the stuff that nobody really shares with you, but it is horrendous. Haven't got out of first gear yet. It's all rocky with a bit of sand in between, but mainly rock. And the countryside is boring as. It's an absolute test of endurance. But I guess this is the price of admission if you want to get to those real top looking spots that we have already shared, and I'm sure we will get into more of those as well. But right now, grit your teeth, hang on.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
It is, and this marathon at the moment is running at 10 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, take the bad with the good.
But yeah, interesting. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. I've never seen anybody share this stuff. Have a look at the contrast between Jill's shirt and this tree.
That's
Ebony and ivory, that's it. That's a ghost gum. That's beautiful. We're at well 31. Only 50 kilometers to go to Kunawarritji, and we'll hit that tomorrow. We're going to camp up here tonight. We are now at well 31. We spent the night here, only about 200 or 300 meters away. And what do we got at 31? We got the original trough, we got half a lid, got a crank handle, and that's really about it. The well itself is fully collapsed. It's the first time that we've hit ghost gums, and they're proper big-sized trees as well. So well 31 for the ghost gums. Alrighty, we're leaving well 31 now. If we can find our way out of here. I think this is the track. Leaving the well with a fair degree of apprehension, actually, because the reports from the travelers heading in the opposite direction to us have said that the corrugations, particularly between 32 and 33, are next level horrendous. So really not looking forward to that, if that is the case. And I can't see why it wouldn't be. Plan today is to recommission with fuel in Kunawarritji and then get out of Dodge. We don't want to hang around well 33 or anywhere near the town, just too many people.
How stunning is that? It reminds me of wheat fields. That's the spinifex shining in the sunshine. It's absolutely golden and very, very pretty. That would be a lot of seeds to get in your vehicle if you drove through that. Quite a fire hazard. It's a good breeze today. That has a little bit of a chill in it.
Hopefully the GoPro can pick this, but the light shining through these golden seed pods of the cane, of the spinifex, looks amazing. Of course, with the dulcet tones of corrugation in the background, one could be lulled into a little bit of a coma.
Want to see concentration? Here it is.
I'm gripping the wheel with a force like you wouldn't believe, trying to pick the line.
Can't talk, must drive.
This is the worst corrugations we've been in. We've been in Gib River Road, Steep Point, Francois Perron, you name it. We've been to some bad corrugations.
Useless loop, useless, yeah.
These guys are next level. There's no escaping them.
I said it felt like water skiing on a choppy river and you're hanging on for grim life or death or something. Shocking.
We are now at well number 32, and this is an interesting well because there's nothing here. If you didn't have that sign there, you'd never know that there was a well here. I got an old piece of trough and one of the doors and the most shallowest little depression in the ground. That's it. It's in beautiful golden spinifex. It's absolute hell to get here. Whether you're coming north or south, it doesn't matter. You got to take on those corrugated roads, and there ain't no way around it. Next stop, 33 in Kunawarritji. We have now left well number 32, and we are heading into Kunawarritji before hitting well 33. I can confirm the roads have been horrendous. These corrugations are next level. I'm running along in third gear as best I can, up around the 50 kilometer an hour mark to stay on the top of them, and trying to take a little bite off the side of the track. Sometimes you can, sometimes like this you can't.
This is when you hope everyone has flags.
Yeah. Be doing the same speed towards you, I would suggest.
Yep. You having fun yet, Tare?
This is the worst part of the track we've been on. Unbelievable. It is a fight for survival. Is your car going to fall apart first, or are you going to make it to your destination?
Or your arm's going to rattle off?
How far to the intersection?
Well, watch me try to push the button. 7.1 kilometers.
What? It was 10 from the well. We could have just done 3.
6.8, Terry, you're making progress.
I was hoping you were going to say 3 kilometers.
No, sorry. Holy lordy, love a duck.
We're doing 80 now, trying to keep on top of these things.
Wouldn't want to have a bladder control problem, I can tell you that. My core strength is engaged. My ears are humming.
Trying to keep on top of the little crests, because they're just little hummocks of sand, and it smooths it out just a little bit.
Oh.
But it's hard to stay on top of the crests. You're floating all over the place.
Oh, sunroof has rattled open. Oh. Oh. And it's supposed to be like this for 2 wells north of Kunawarritji too. 900 meters to the turnoff, Terry.
Okay. We're gonna loosen the grip then.
How are you holding out, like grip strength wise? How's it compared to riding your dirt bike?
Dirt bike's easier because you got your legs to hold on as well. This is killing.
If you had arthritic hands or something,
Yeah.
or RSI already. 35 meters to go. Here we go, Kunawarritji, 4 kilometers.
Oh, what a road.
I just think we only have, well, how many kilometers north? Another 100 like that?
I don't know, but that's next level shit, man. We'll definitely have to climb underneath the car and have a look what's happening down there.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
And it's 8:55 and the shop opens at 9. How did we jag that?
You call these corrugations? I spit on these corrugations.
And these are just nothing.
And it is 1 kilometer away. And that's it in front of us with that tower. The fuel gauge on the truck is reading a needle below half. So we'll fill up and let you know how much diesel we use, but I was very happy with our economy. We didn't need that jerry can. Good to have for safety's sake, but we could have done it with what was in the tanks. Fuel.
Kunawarritji. Fuel, accommodation, general store, mechanic workshop, local clinic.
Fuel sales, tourists. What do we got? Diesel and Opal. Please pick up fuel before going to store. No grog in Kunawarritji. Copy, copy.
Oh, hello, honey. Aren't you pretty? You're very pretty. Yeah, you are. Hello. Oh, Tare.
Yeah.
Where the tap's leaking. I don't know how long that was knocked open. The tap even opened on the back of the truck.
Enter authorization amount. 1,000. 750. Pump 3 ready for delivery. Let's deliver.
How much is it?
$3 a liter. And I think we'll take about 220 in here and another 20 in the back, of course.
All right. Tare, what does that sound?
That's our fuel pump ready to blow up.
I don't know. I'm like, oh my goodness. What's going on? Terry guessed the truck would take 220 liters.
And it's
2.8 to almost 219. Oh, wow.
You know I'm going to fit 220 in there now just because I have to. Very foamy diesel, so you got to wait a while for it to burst.
21893. Now, you couldn't have guessed closer than that.
That's not bad.
But just did a little bit of a restock at the Outback store, JJ's. Got a bit of an issue happening here. Our jerry can is leaking, and it's leaking on the handle. I don't know if it's rubbed a hole in it or what on those corrugations. It's good that it's not critical for us for our fuel economy. We're here to get some water. In town at the moment because, well, 33 isn't working. Terry already didn't like that jerry can. Now he really doesn't like it.
Got no redeeming qualities, that jerry can.
No, it doesn't. Said the water here is very high calcium and it can have health effects if you drink it long term. That's what the guy in the store told us, who called Terry Aussie Terry because he was cracking up that we used the vernacular of Aussies but sounded like Canadians. But he guessed we were Canadian, so that was cool.
Well, we're leaving Kunawarritji now. We stopped at the shops and spent about $150 on random groceries, mostly lollies. Back out into the track now. Well, I got diesel pissing out of that jerry can, so got a nice little trail that people could follow.
Can you go grade the road in front of us, please?
We'll pay ya.
Look at all the galahs.
Oh, pretty. Go, guys, go.
Here comes someone in. They are not doing the overland trek.
They are definitely not doing that.
Not with a boat and a bicycle and a caravan.
No.
There was no phone reception in Kunawarritji. I thought there might be. I saw a Telstra phone booth, which you get free calls in Australia now on that.
Yeah, you do. That's right.
Hope that'll be their friend. I'm sure.
Yep, that's our caravan friends, and we're going back out in the bush where they are not. We're at well number 33, just outside of Kunawarritji. The way this sucker works is that is actually an operational windmill that fills up this tank, and the overflow for the tank goes into this little depression here, and that's where the animals get their drinks.
Those little birds down in there, next to the well.
Unfortunately, the gearbox has some stripped gears in it apparently, and they're awaiting repairs. So this sucker is drying out. The tank is only about half full, and she's going down quickly. It's lovely and grassy around here, and I was expecting this to be an absolute parking lot, you know, with cars and caravans and all sorts of stuff, you know, coming out here for the little bit of stick the flag in the ground, claim to fame sort of thing. I did a little bit of the canning, but in actual fact, there's not a soul here.
Okay, Tare, we're north of Kunawarritji now, north of well 33, heading for well 34. And what do you think of the roads here?
I can't tell the difference between south of Kunawarritji or north of Kunawarritji. The country's identical and the roads are just as shit on either side. So all the reporting that people have told us, north and south of Kunawarritji is terrible, they're absolutely right. They're not exaggerating. These roads are horrendous and they will never be maintained. So I don't know, do they just get worse? I try to get here as early in the season as possible because maybe during the summertime the sand drifts in a little bit and smooths a bit of it out. But right now, mid-June, they're ridiculous.
And anybody who wants to bring a trailer out here is nuts.
It's extra stuff to break, really.
It is. And your trailer might pass you. I don't know, honestly. I just can't even imagine how rough it is. Okay, thread the needle. Whoa! Jeez whiz.
So yeah, we don't know how far north these corrugations go in terms of being nasty like this, but
I thought to 35.
Is that what you heard?
Yes.
Okay. We had a hole in our jerry can, as I think Jill filmed.
Yeah.
We had to empty that jerry can, the big hole in the side of it from the corrugations.
Rubbing in the jerry can holder.
Yeah. Luckily, the fuel was more a safety factor than anything else. We wouldn't have needed it to go the first half of the track, and the second half of the track is shorter.
Just hopefully we get there with all our bits together and unbroken.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And tire pressures, yes, our tire pressures are down. There's no tire pressure that you could run on this stuff to make it any better.
No, definitely not. We're at the turnoff to well 34, and Terry's doing a wellness check.
A wellness check.
I thought that was
quite clever.
Yeah.
Yep, we're still in one piece. Unbelievable. That's the worst corrugations I've ever driven on, ever. And when we were in Kunawarritji, I got myself one of these chocolate milks or chocolate coffees, or what do you call them?
Iced coffee.
Iced coffee?
He can't even remember anymore.
Iced coffee. Corrugation's not good.
He asked me if I wanted to drink it. I said, no, I don't want anything milk-based. Thank you.
No, that's not good.
Self-inflicted.
Yep.
No,
I only drank half of it. I tipped the rest out.
Yeah. No, I was not interested whatsoever.